Hello. So good to see you guys. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Just a quick chat. I feel like I always say that and it's never like quick, but today is the last day to sign up for Ready, Set, Shift, my 4-week course about going from frustrated to feeling free and living in your authentic self. So I'm just here doing one last live. I know I went live yesterday and the day before, but I just wanted to connect with you guys again, answer any questions you might have if you are here. If you're watching the recording, comment below, DM me, whatever questions you have. I'm here to answer. And I will be sharing as we're going through the program. I'll be sharing with you what we're doing, what we're going through within it. It'll be more in-depth when you're in the program, but of course I still want to share these tips with you guys and see if anything resonates with you or anything will help you as well. But yeah, so I'm excited. And I know this is an issue. I have this issue as well. When you feel like you want to do something and like you should do something, but you just can't take the necessary step in order to commit to yourself. So I was doing some research. I was thinking about it earlier and I was like, okay, I struggle with this too. What can I figure out or come up with and put together to help other people and help myself? You know, still in some cases I struggle with this, just to get past that, over the hump and commit to yourself. So I just want to provide a couple of tips. So we'll go through 4 tips on how to commit to yourself. You know, take what resonates, as always. You know, take what you feel is relevant to you and leave the rest if it doesn't feel relevant to you. That's it. Just here providing some tips, just a little chat before the course starts, and I'll be prepping all weekend, so I'm really excited to start with you on Monday. If you have signed up, you'll get some messages from me this weekend just to prepare to dive in and get to the juicy stuff right away. All right, so 4 tips to commit to yourself. The first one is don't compromise your own happiness to please others, which is something that I've struggled with as a people pleaser. You can never please others. You have to always put yourself first. So remember to prioritize yourself. Put your needs first, because you cannot please anyone else. You have to remain true to yourself. Even if others don't agree with what you're doing or don't understand what you're doing, it's not their journey. They weren't given these feelings, these inclinations, and these dreams to be able to understand them. You were given them for you to follow them and, you know, respect who you are enough to not have other people's opinions affect your life. So don't compromise your own happiness to please others. This is your life, nobody else's. Nobody's going to live it for you. Nobody's going to live it like you can, right? All about you, okay? And let's keep moving. Hello. So our second tip for committing to yourself is just take responsibility for your life, for yourself, right? For how you're living your life. Own your role, the role you play in everything that happens or everything that doesn't happen. Are you taking steps every day? Are you consistently towards getting the things that you're dreaming about, doing the things that you want? Or are you hesitating and holding yourself back and then being frustrated with yourself for it? Because I've also been stuck there in that cycle of not taking steps forward and then being ashamed and being angry at myself for it, and then staying there but continuing to think about how I'm not moving forward. So just remember to take responsibility for how you're committing to yourself within moving forward in your growth, in your evolution, right? Do the things that you say you're going to do, especially when it comes to doing them for yourself, right? Keep your promises to yourself. Everything we do, we don't realize has a consequence. So if we're doing something for ourselves that's good, you know, good consequences come from that. And doing something that's not so good, law of karma, it's all going to come back to you. So take responsibility and note where you need to make certain shifts in your life so that you're committing to yourself. And when I say committing to yourself, I mean committing to your higher self, committing to continuing to grow and develop and evolve and unfold into your highest self, right? That's what we're moving towards. So that was tip number 2. Tip number 3, voice breaking up a little bit. Tip number 3 is just learning to accept it all, learning to accept the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the dark, the light, the good, like everything, the good, the bad. Everything comes together. Everything plays its role together, right? Not everything's going to be fair. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. But what I've learned is there's always a reason that things happen to you, always. And you can either be frustrated, be angry about it, keep complaining about it, and stay in that vibration of the negativity that's happening to you, or you can choose to shift your mindset towards learning from it and asking, like, what is this here to show me? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I evolve from this, right? So just accepting things that happen, because we only have so much control. We can't really control what happens to us in our lives, but we can control how we respond to it, right? So we're shifting into a realm of responding rather than just habitually reacting to it, right? So, and we'll go deeper into all of this within the course. So I'm really excited to dive into all of this and just really learn what committing to yourself, like truly, deeply, authentically, on like a visceral level means to you. Okay, so we have committing to yourself. We've got don't compromise your happiness to please others. Take responsibility for yourself and your own life. And then learn to accept all of it, right? All of it, good and bad, all of it. And then our 4th tip for tonight will be boundaries, which is also like, I'm sharing this because it really resonated with me. And I was like, yes, I struggle with that and that and that and that. And just put it in a basket, mix it all together, and then present it to you because I struggle with it too. So boundaries, learning to say no, right? Learning to prioritize yourself. So we're back to where we started, prioritizing yourself. It is okay to say no, right? If you feel like that's going to take something away from you and you're going to harbor some resentment behind saying yes when you really want to say no, say no. If it doesn't feel good to you, right? Say no. Even if you say yes and then you backtrack, you think about it and you're like, actually, this doesn't really work for me, right? Think about it. Some people, might need a little more time to think about it, but then you can also be honest and honor yourself and be like, I'm not sure yet. Can I get back to you and think about it? And make sure you honor your no and honor your yes. If you say no, don't go back and then say yes and then you didn't want to do it, right? Say no. Honor your boundaries. Learn to say no and mean it. Okay? People are going to ask you for things. People are going to try to invade your boundaries because they don't know what your boundaries are. So this is how you're teaching people to interact with you, to respect you. And then within yourself, it's how you're showing up for yourself in saying no and reserving your time, reserving your energy for something that you really need to put it towards. Okay? It's not going to feel comfortable sometimes to say no, especially if you've grown up a people pleaser like this one. But just continue to practice, continue to be patient and have compassion with yourself, and continue to think about what is best for you, okay? Because nobody's going to think about that. We're all in our own worlds, in our own minds, and we're thinking about what is best for us or what we want other people to do. So you have to remember to turn inward and figure out what's best for you, So those are the 4 tips that I have on committing to yourself, and we'll get into this. This is actually week 1, which is you'll sign a commitment to self contract. We'll go over it. We'll put it together so it fits you individually, because I don't want to give out something that everybody's committing to, and some people might have different types of goals or come into the program for different reasons. It's going to be individually It's going to be individually made just for you. So, within saying that, I want to remind you guys that tonight is the deadline. The doors virtually close at midnight tonight. And if you need anything, if you have any questions about the program, Ready, Set, Shift, please reach out and let me know. I would love to help you out. I'll be resharing these tips. And the last thing is I want to not only share these tips, but I want to also give you a tool, which is going to be a call to action, which is like homework, but I like to call it growth work, so you can grow from it and learn about yourself and learn how you can do better, especially if this is something that you struggle with. And I'm also going to be working on this a little bit more because I've been doing some work with this, but these tips were really helpful to me as well. So I want you to just visualize a goal that you have for yourself. One goal doesn't have to be something huge, something, attainable. And then just think about the ideal outcome. Like if this goal was to happen exactly the way you want it, what would it look like? What would it feel like? What would it taste like? What would it sound like? And then just keep thinking about that. Write it all out. You can, do a voice note if you want to say it out loud. Talk about it with a friend. And then for the next few days, I have a week, do 5 days, just meditate on that goal. So just sit there and breathe, eyes closed, and picture it happening. Who's there? What are they wearing? What are you wearing? What does the environment look like? What does everything sound like? What does it feel like? Can you smell anything? Depending on what your vision is, just really go into it using as many senses as you can. Really put it together with the details and keep doing that for the next 5 days. Just meditate on it. Even if it's just a little, 5 minute or 2 to 5 minutes, just sitting down and visualizing that goal. And just remind yourself that you're committing to this goal. This is you committing to something that you really want, right? Because whatever you want, I want that for you. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel free. And I want you to be able to be authentically yourself in this world. We need more people to be themselves instead of this conditioned, packaged, shoved into a box person that society tries to make us into. Okay? So that is it for tonight. Thank you for being here and sharing your time with me. Thank you for hearing me and seeing me. I love you. I love you. Please reach out if you have any questions. I'm really excited to start with you on Monday. If you need more info, the link is in my bio. So you have a couple hours to get in there, look at the info, shoot me a DM, questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, and then we start on Monday. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for existing. I love you. Peace out.